really just overall happy. I've been just like in my creative space, thinking about men less. Like I don't have a man on my mind all the time, thinking about what they're doing, what they're up to.
What is it you see? What is it you see? Tell me, why do you believe in you? Would you keep
Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to just kind of keep you updated with everything that's been going on post breakup. And if you watch my first video, you'll understand the reason why I'm saying post breakup, like with the quotations, is because I wasn't really in a relationship. I want to call it a situationship because it was a little bit more respectful than a situationship. And we were actually dating to pursue a long-term relationship. At least that's the vibe that I got. That's what my understanding was. So, and then he was a guy that I seen and was dealing with for about 5 to 6 months. And he was doing all the right things to actively, in the most respectful way possible, pursue me. Almost halfway through, he started to just kind of decline. That's typically what men do when they're starting to fall for you. It sounds crazy, but a lot of times when they start to really like you and they're unsure about you, then they kind of pull away. They don't really cut you off because they still want to keep you. They don't want to like end what you guys have because they're still kind of, trying to be a playboy. I guess I should say, like, just trying to be in their little phase of like, I could have her, but I can, still explore other people too. And beware of that phase because, most men that do that, they're very, very uncertain. And I feel like a man who likes you, a man who, is in love with you, who wants to be with you, is really active in pursuing you because he doesn't want anyone else to get you. So if you start to feel that decline, or if you feel that person drawing back, a lot of times it's just the beginning of the end. And it's up to you on how long you want to play that game with them. So I just noticed that that's what he was doing. But he became very hot and cold. And this was new for me. I really haven't ever dealt with a hot and cold person. Usually if a person starts to, pull back, I kind of start to see the decline. And then when I let go and I be like, okay, forget you, then they actively, start to pursue me and start to try to declare their love for me or whatever. And at that point, it's usually too late. But if a person in my situation is, you may not hear from him for weeks. He wasn't texting, reaching out. And I definitely took that as, okay, this person isn't really into me. However, when he would reach out, he would set up a date. He would set up a situation for us to interact in the most respectful way. Like I said, it wasn't a 3 a.m. what you doing text. Are you up text? It was a, hey, I have tickets to this game. You want to come? Or, hey, I'm going to be, traveling to this place. Do you want to come? And so when I was with him, he was really into me. Like it just felt like we were never apart. Like I said, then after that, he would go days or even weeks without contacting me. So it was just very hot and cold, and I just didn't understand. So I eventually got that message that, he was seeing someone else and that he wanted to pursue a relationship with that person. And, a lot of apologies and, all of that. And I actually had a really hard time with it. And it was really because I actually liked this man. He was really different from what I was usually dating in so many different ways. And I just love a man. I love a man that knows how to pursue a woman and who knows how to treat a woman. And those were all things that I admired about him. I would say I'm now about 2 weeks after, that happened, and I've not heard from him, which is great. We don't want to hear from Bruno. But I think for me, like that first week, I was sad a lot. Like I was definitely sad. I definitely kept myself busy. I stayed active. I was going to the gym. I'm hanging out with friends. I'm spending time with my kids. I'm working on my YouTube channel. I'm doing all these things to stay busy because I've done this before. I've been through this before. Like I know that that is the way to take your mind off things. And then as time goes, time heals. And that is very, 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 very true. So I did all of that the first week, but I was still in the process of doing those things, thinking about him probably 90% of my day, still thinking of what he was doing. I wonder what he's doing with her, or they're probably cuddling right now. Like thinking about the things that will make anyone just crazy. and start to second guess themselves and start to make themselves feel insecure. I wonder what she looks like. I wonder, if he's having fun right now. I wonder if he's thinking about me, like all those things. Just miserable first week. Still productive, but miserable. This week, I'm at the end of the second week, and I would say that I only think about him probably about 30 to 40% of my day. That's huge progress, okay? Because Jamie a year ago would have stopped thinking about him by getting her another man toy to play with, okay? So, like, I was not, you will get replaced. You hurt my feelings, you're getting replaced by tomorrow, like, period. Like, that's just how I always been. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I will make a video on why I think that that is a great way to get over a man by getting another man. But it doesn't help you deal with the things that you have to deal with and the things that you have to face internally. So that's good for all fun and games if you need like a, quick little fix. But for me this time around, I'm working on myself. I have bigger goals for myself, and things that I want to do for the first time in my life. And I feel like if I keep playing around with these men and letting them have control over how I feel every day, I'm not going to get any progress done. So I'm just kind of removing, men out of my life at this point in time because I want to really, really focus in on my own personal goals. So this week, like I said, I only think about him maybe 30 to 40%. And it's been great because this week I'm now kind of starting to look back on the relationship and I'm seeing all the signs. And I'm like, okay, he just didn't really like me. Like, he wasn't really into me. He was only into me for maybe the first 3 to 4 weeks. And that was not love. It wasn't him falling in love with me. He was just infatuated with me in those first 4 weeks. Intimacy was really good. We were doing all these things together. We were spending a lot of time together. And it was just the excitement of being with somebody physically and being around someone and just those endorphins that you receive from that. He was infatuated. I was infatuated, of course, too. And I confused how he was communicating and how the things he was saying to me for him falling in love. And because I thought he was falling in love, I allowed myself to fall too. And so that's why I'm in this predicament. And, like I said, looking back now, I'm kind of like, okay, that's where I made the mistake. I have to really be careful with confusing lust for love. Like that, it's two different things. So this week, I've been maintaining everything that I've been doing, going to the gym, eating healthy, spending time with my kids, getting a little bit of time with my friends, and prioritizing working on my online stuff. And when I say I've been like really, really just overall happy, I've been really just like in my creative space, thinking about men less. Like, I don't have a man on my mind all the time, thinking about what they're doing, what they're up to, what they're thinking about me, all those things. Like, I honestly don't care anymore. And I love that I'm in that space of not caring because it just allows me to, like I said, really focus in on myself. I now have goals for myself. I've been had goals for myself, but I was really at a phase, I think a year ago, where I decided that I was ready for a relationship. So I decided to focus on just that. And I feel like I knew at that time that I needed to work on myself first before I kind of put myself in that position. And I started to, but I wasn't actively serious about it. And so this time around, after, kind of having two situations in 1 year that I thought could have been something, but ended up not being anything. Now I want to take a step back and really just kind of think of the overall picture and the overall problem. I think that no matter what I feel about those people who I was in relationships with this year, I still feel like by me not focusing on myself and prioritizing myself and working on my own personal, things that I need to do for myself, I'm going to continue to attract the wrong people. This is me kind of going through that phase of like, okay, I now want to only allow people into my space that is for me, that is looking for someone like me who loves and appreciate or have the potential to love and appreciate someone like me. So in order to make that happen, I have to start from the root of the problem, which is me. I have to start, making sure that I prioritize my relationship with God, making sure I'm in tune with myself spiritually so that I can refocus and continue to just grow as an individual. So, yeah, week 2 has been so much better. And I'm actually really looking forward to next week to kind of see what that brings. And yeah, it's just been really good. It's been an overall really good week. I think that people around me can also see a big change for me in my aura and how I am. Like when you're sad, you give off that sadness. So I'm so glad that I was able to kind of nip that in the bud and that I'm doing all the necessary things to continue to move forward. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, but I really hope that you guys can get something from this. I'm going to continue to share my like weekly progress with this, and let me know if you want to if you want me to get more in depth. I am really trying to avoid longer videos right now. Then maybe just do them every now and then. Maybe I'll do some sort of like get ready with me chit chat, because I am a makeup girly and I do want to make sure that I'm including beauty videos in my content as well. But I also feel like I'm at a phase in my life where I have so much to give you. Like I have so much that I can offer you as far as like life lessons, advice. Like I've done and experienced so much. And I just want to share. I just want to share with you. I just want to kind of give you some guidance and help you through whatever journey that you're going through at the time. So like I said, I'm just going to try to continue to make videos that hit on all things women, motherhood, dating, relationships, just kind of giving feedback off of everything that I've experienced and trying to avoid you guys from taking the long way around. If you can get a shortcut to avoid some of the things that I had to go through myself, please, like that's really, really, really what I want you to get out of that. So yeah, just please subscribe and I will see you on my next video. Thank you for listening. Peace out.